I think I might have taken a kettlebell, a couple like little dumbbells. I don't recall.
Yeah, I was trying to give everybody something, and then like everybody's like, "Oh, like you're gonna get to go home with like," or like, "You're so lucky, you get to go to the gym every single day." So I was like purposeful in that like I brought home a set of like 60-pound dumbbells, like because everybody thought I was going to take the 50s because like 50 pounds like is always the RX. So I was like, no, I'll take the 60. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like give everybody else like the like regular numbers, the barbells, the plates. I'm like, I'll just take whatever's left over. I won't touch anything else for however long this is, and I'll do every workout just like everybody else out of my garage. I'm like, the more I kind of lead by that example and I don't like step back into the like, oh, well, Joe's going to the gym and Joe's like doing all this, and it must be easier for Joe to stay accountable during this time.
You're like hardcore. You're like just like you're like one of like the most hardcore people I've met. Like who you can just you have a plan and you just fucking stick to it.
Yeah,
and like that's the thing I've always admired about you, and that's kind of inspires me when I'm here too. Like I remember with COVID, it was more. I did more walking because. Something I always wanted to do, like on trips out here, like before we moved out to Vegas, was walk the Strip.
Yeah,
and COVID was the perfect time.
Shit, you could ride a bike.
So
all the bike rides of people with like 12 people out on the Strip riding bikes and everything.
So I remember, like, I just took my time. I walked from the welcome sign to the Stratosphere.
Yeah.
And I don't recall what the time was. I just kind of like took my time, just had a nice little like.
Yeah, I was so fucking bored after like a week. Like after like all, there was like a week of like all these like push-up challenges and like we're gonna stay accountable challenges. And that like, lasted like a week for like everybody. Everybody's like, I'll see you when it's over. I'm like, please just show me that you're like alive. I know you're not checking in on your Zooms. I'm like, you're super consistent week one. And then it was like, well, I just didn't want to work out at that time. I'm like, fuck, there he goes. We lost another one.
And that was like when we were able to open back up and we had like the kind of the little like the squares, like the spaces way to stay into.
Yeah.
Like that was I love that. Like finally being able to go back to the gym and have like
100%.
And I loved having my own set of weights.
When we had the squares.
Yes.
Yeah. You didn't have to go up to the rack to get anything. It was classes ran a little quicker, but you couldn't like do it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So here, episode number 4 with Justin. Justin's been a long-term member. He's been with us for over 6 years in our group fitness facilities, both CrossFit, a lot of tread, especially now that we have a location down the street or closer to where he lives currently. Biggest thing I wanted to talk with Justin, obviously he's come a long way, both like emotionally, transformatively, and just overall, like, I mean, just gone through a lot of the stuff that like I personally like know what it's like to feel and go through, and just want to give him an opportunity to kind of tell his story and continue to like, I know he's got an Instagram.
Yeah.
How long's the Justin for a workout?
The Justin for a workout I kind of done for a few years, and I kind of started it because a lot of people at our gym, they love doing Instagram and they love like posting workouts, and I wanted I wanted kind of like just a workout focused, like a workout and fitness focused Instagram.
Yeah.
And so I love like posting my workout there, my gym progress there.
Yeah.
And so I've been doing that for a few years now.
Is it like 2 or 3 years or so? Like, I mean, it's obviously a little into the journey. It doesn't show like the initial like days.
Well, I mean, my journey started well before I got here too. So I did CrossFit like before I moved to Vegas too.
Yeah. No, I remember when you came in, and I mean, obviously, like, I mean, that's the toughest part for most is that when they are, and even myself included, like when you are proportionally into a fitness journey or a weight loss journey, is that you can already be 80% of the way to your goal.
Oh yeah.
But to somebody else, it looks like you may have never started. And like that, the toughest part I've found is like having that first conversation with somebody that is overweight, that is like maybe like not like doesn't look like they regularly go to the gym and stuff like that, but they've been trying for 3 years. They've been regular for 3 years, and it's that they've started so much further down, and that like they are 80% of the way, but like to others that are like, oh, I just want to lose 10 or 15 pounds, it looks like you're at a starting point for other people. What was that like? I mean, obviously it wasn't with our gyms and it wasn't with our CrossFit, but I mean, tell me, I mean, not too long, but like, tell me the Justin backstory. Like how old were you when you first got to the gym? Like what, like, or let's start back. Did you play sports in high school or anything like that?
No, like, I've never really been like athletically inclined. I didn't play sports growing up. Didn't play in high school because like by the time I got to high school, the school I went to was basically like the Bishop Gorman of California. Where like they were like champions in like every.
Did you go to Mater Dei?
De La Salle.
Okay, the other like big school. Yeah, because Whitney my wife always talks about Mater Dei this and the football and obviously everything and being the.
I definitely we beat Mater Dei in football. A few times, so it was, but I grew up like chubby. I was always like the fat kid in PE, so I hated PE because like my shortcomings were just like on display. I couldn't run fast, couldn't jump, couldn't play basketball, couldn't like do any of the fun stuff. Loved dodgeball, but I couldn't really do anything else. Yeah. And so I never really saw the gym as a place for me. And like, it was crazy because like I went to San Diego State and they had this great new gym that I went into maybe twice. Yeah. Because the big thing was like I didn't see people who looked like me in there. Yeah. I saw people who like looked like, like they've lived in the gym, like they're training for something. Yeah. But it looked like a place that that I didn't belong.
Yeah. What brought you there? Like okay, so you went there twice. Like what fascinated you with it to like be exposed to it the first time?
I mean, I wanted to work out. I was still I was doing Weight Watchers at the time, so I still wanted to have some kind of exercise. Yeah. But I'd walk to the gym and I saw people who were like, toned, in shape. Yeah. I didn't really see anyone who had like my body type. Yeah. And I think a lot of people don't underestimate the effect of like, okay, I love being able to see people who look like me in the gym. Yeah. People who like are at the start of their journey or who are a little heavier. Yeah. And I didn't see that growing up. So I didn't really go to the gym until so I used to be a journalist and I was working on a story of a trainer at one of the gyms in town. Yeah. And she does like group fitness and she said, "Hey, why do you come out to a class?" Yeah. I said, "Sure, I'll check it out." She taught like spin class.
Yeah, and this was your first group fitness kind of experience, like ever?
Yeah,
cool.
So this was like in the course of like me interviewing her for the story and kind of like just getting to know her. Yeah, and she invited me to one of her spin classes, and it was so much fun. Yeah, and everyone was there like having a good time, and it was like a community. Yeah, like, and I joined like because of it. So I went from like just interviewing her for a story to like becoming someone who is in her class like all the time. Yeah. And there are people who are older, people who are younger, people who are bigger, people who are smaller. It was like a good mix of people. Yeah. But the one thing that united that kind of brought us all together is we wanted everyone else to succeed. Yeah. We were cheering everyone on. It was a very fun, welcoming environment. And I had never really known the gym to be like that. Like I would walk into the gym, like, I would go with like a 24-hour, I'd go to like a Planet Fitness. Yeah. And I didn't see people who look like me or like, I'd walk in there and like, I can tell that the person behind the desk sees me as like, they see dollar signs. They see, I can get you a trainer. I can get you this. They see all these opportunities to upsell me, but they didn't really care about my journey as a person and kind of what I'm looking at out of this. They're like, okay, how can we milk you? How can we get more money out of you?
So would you say that like, your personal connection to the spin instructor was the reason that you were then willing to give it? So like you started to build a little bit of not understanding, but you started to build a relationship with the spin instructor based on the journal article that then got you to make that first step towards she made it more welcoming because you now had somebody there that you connected with, irregardless of like her being in shape, you not being in shape, but you felt there was already some compassion towards understanding who I am and where I'm starting. Yeah, definitely. And that was what allowed you to then come into the group.
Yeah, just kind of seeing like having that kind of environment. And I've tried kind of going to like, a 24-hour like by myself, and I'm not that kind of person that can just have my headphones in and just like do what I need to do. Yeah. I've always found like the group fitness helps me because I love seeing the same people every day I go, seeing that continuity. Yeah. And then the more you see people who are on that same kind of journey, like they have goals they want to achieve, they're working toward it. Yeah. And it's just uplifting and I love it. And that's something that like, it took me because I've tried like Zumba, I've tried step class, I've tried spin class, I've tried like kickboxing. I've tried everything I've tried. Yeah. And like I enjoyed it, but like nothing really stuck the way that CrossFit did. Yeah. Because
how long was it from the point of you taking that first spin class to you stepping in a CrossFit gym? Like, was it a year? Was it 2 years?
It was a few years. So I didn't.
Okay.
So I joined that gym because I lived there. So I
CrossFit. You
No,
joined,
no,
okay, the cycle studio.
Yeah, so it was like trying to think of how it was like a big box gym, but it was like a private one off. So
Okay.
it wasn't like a chain.
Yeah.
It was like a really nice like upscale, but kind of like I guess like a Lifetime Fitness, like one of those type places. And so I joined and I did a lot, but we didn't like lift weights. We weren't like doing like that kind of thing. It was all spin class and then like step class.
Yeah.
And I moved to take another job, in San Francisco.
Okay.
And so I tried doing that was when I started going into like kickboxing, going into like Zumba, going into like other stuff, trying to find like that same kind of like community feeling.
Yeah. Of the place, the one place that you had been prior in the prior city.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just like, was it the instructors weren't the same? Was it just the atmosphere? Like just the way of like that like tribe of people just didn't connect the same way, and you just felt like you were needing to find like that still?
Yeah, I think it was just like, just like I didn't really, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't something that I wanted to like do all the time.
Yeah.
Or like the big thing with CrossFit, because I didn't like lift weights before I started doing this.
So CrossFit, the first time experiencing CrossFit and really like getting into it was in San Francisco?
That was when we moved to San Diego.
Oh, moved to San Diego.
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, I was kind of looking for a similar thing. I did like ClassPass. I was trying like Orange Theory. I was trying like a bunch of like other things. Yeah. And then a friend of mine, like actually the same friend who recommended your gym, said, why don't you try CrossFit?
Yeah.
So I found a gym, on ClassPass.
Yeah.
Gave it a shot. It's at CrossFit Pride in Santee, California.
What's the name of it?
CrossFit Pride.
Pride?
Yeah.
Is it still open now?
I'm pretty sure.
You still go to? Like, have you been there?
Yeah, I've been there a couple times. Like when I'm in San Diego. They're more like East County, San Diego, so I'm not there as often.
Yeah.
But it was funny because I was listening to the podcast you had with Marielle, and you were talking about like the PR board.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I'm like, dude, they celebrate wins here. This is like awesome.
Yeah.
I'm seeing like, and because I saw like, the big weights, but I'm seeing like little weights too.
Yeah.
They had like a big whiteboard with like, personal wins.
Yeah. I'm
like, dude, this is really cool. I don't see this at like, step class or a Zumba class. There's not like that kind of like, because like, if you go to a Zumba class, you may see the same people there every time. You may not. Sure. But there's not that continuity.
There's not a huge amount of like downtime where you're actually talking in session. That's always kind of been the biggest thing about group fitness compared to like walking into like a regular like big box gym or just where you're working out by yourself, is like there is no connection to anybody there. You are your own person. You're by yourself. Yes, you might like share a machine for a second or like work in after somebody and like say a quick word, but like it's you and by yourself, which it makes it very tough to like come back to day after day. And even in that same regard where like you said, you don't see anybody like looking like you, well, like maybe the person that you just shared the machine with might have been you 7 years ago or 10 years ago, but there's not the time to have those conversations and be able to like really kind of get to know the people that you're working out with, to like be in a room of cyclists and then like there's downtime 5-10 minutes at the end of it where people are high-fiving, they're talking and like you're getting to know a little bit more of their backstory, and instead of everybody just like getting up and walking out of the room and like being like, yeah, there's nobody here like me. Well, maybe they were. Maybe you're just like a year behind their journey, or like 5 years or 7 or 10 years prior to where they were. And one thing I've always tried to do and been prideful of is that like when somebody's coming in for the first time or they're in their first week, is like I try to get as much information I can personally about somebody. Yeah. And then I try to pair them immediately with somebody that has something in common. Yeah. Whether it's a weight loss journey, or like, hey, like I'm in like journalism, or like I care about a certain sports team. Like I knew that you cared about San Diego State, like almost immediately. And it was like, oh, this person's visiting from San Diego. Have you met John? Like always trying to like get somebody to at least like open up, and in the time in between sets, like having small talk makes so much of a difference. And like somebody coming back tomorrow, if you can get them to like have a small bit and be like, I'll see you tomorrow, Justin. It's like so much easier than like you just walk right out the door and like nobody's like, oh, I'll see you next week, or like, are you going to come back at all? And you're like, as long as my check clears. You know what I mean? Like that's the only time I care about like texting somebody.
And that's what I've noticed, like every CrossFit gym I've been to, so something I love doing now, because I love to travel. And I love dropping in at a CrossFit gym.
Yeah.
Because you can tell like there's that community there. You can
Yeah.
tell like these are the same, especially at like the 6 a.m. class, like the early morning classes I usually do when I was like 7:30 or 9. But like I've always been like an early morning workout guy.
Yeah.
And you can tell like people work out at that time. It's you're with the same group.
Sure.
90% of people stay in that same group.
Yeah.
And so there's that continuity, and you get to like know people, and like you said, you pair us up. And other like group fitness, they didn't really have like that kind of connection. It was just, hey, we're all doing the spin class.
Yeah.
But then we're all going to work. We're all kind of going our separate ways after.
Yeah.
And there's not that it's like we're all in the space for an hour.
Yeah.
But there's not that tight connection of
So, that being said, I mean, obviously that you're coming back because you're getting to talk to people and like you're building connection. You're doing stuff like this. You're dropping into other gyms. You're getting to see stuff like that. And again, whether it's at our gym or it's a prior gym or it's at a drop-in gym, we don't need to get into the specifics or anything like that. But like, is there ever been anything said to you that's made you think or reflect that you don't belong? Like what are those like? And again, I'm not saying that you didn't come back the next day, but that you went home and like that, like it emotionally hits you differently. Where like somebody like says something about like, oh, you should have finished this earlier, or like you should have gone less weight, or you should. You know what I mean, like tell me more like about that and like staying like consistent, because you've been doing it for a long time, and obviously you've been in a lot of like not confrontations, but a lot of conversations, a lot of people that are around you of different backgrounds, of different fitness levels, of different gyms, tell me about that, because like I think that like other people, like I think sometimes they get that small setback and it is tough to like rebound and come back in. But I'd love to hear more about that.
It's happened a couple times. It's really rare that it happens because everyone at our gyms is just amazing people. That's what keeps me coming back. But like there have been a couple of comments of like people who see me, they don't know the journey I've taken to get here.
Of course,
they just see me as like a big dude in the gym.
Yeah.
So they think, oh, you need to change the way you are. You need to change this. You need to change this. You need to do this.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't know who the hell I am.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is our first conversation.
Yeah.
And you're telling me, oh, everything I'm doing is wrong. Like, you don't know me.
Yeah.
So I think the older I get, the more, like, the further along I get, the kind of, I just like, all right, whatever.
Do you remember the first time that happened?
I remember the most recent time I could.
Like the first time that like is most made you sit there and think for a second, like screw this dude. You know what I mean? Like, or made you think like maybe like this isn't made from, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, like, not saying you didn't come back because clearly like 6 years of coming back, but like where you're like, it was a little tougher. You know what I mean? Or like the next day made you think about like the workout, or like, hey, like I'm going to do this, or like that type deal.
It's not really been people saying stuff to me because even in like, back when I was doing like other group fitness, they didn't like come up to me and go like, and criticize me that way. But it's been more internal, where it's been like, and I've worked really hard to get past this. So like, especially early on in CrossFit, where like I'm seeing like people who people lift a lot more than I do, or people who are kind of who can run faster, who can do stuff a lot better than I can.
Yeah.
And I was still in the mindset like, wow, I'm not there. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to be there.
Yeah.
But then the more I kept going, I'm like, everyone is doing their own plan.
Yeah.
Everyone is on their own journey.
What were those quiet thoughts like? Like, was it like I shouldn't be here? I'm not doing enough? Like
I'm not doing enough. Like, hey, I should be doing this. I should be doing that. But the further along I've gotten on this journey, the more I know I can't compare myself to anyone else other than myself.
Yeah.
So that's why I love like being able to compare and go like, hey, last year I lifted this much weight. Now I'm doing this much.
Yeah.
Last year I ran the mile in this time.
Yeah.
Now I'm doing this time.
Yeah.
So that's why I love comparing it to myself, because I weigh that much, much more than like looking around the gym, because there's in any setting.
Yeah.
No matter where you go, there's going to be someone who can lift more than you can. There's going to be someone who can run faster than you can.
Yeah. Julia and all those to me. Yeah.
I love Julia, but like I know that like that's not an attainable goal for me, and doing what someone else does, that's not going to help me in any way.
Yeah.
So taking it more of like, okay, how can I get better? How can I improve myself and kind of build on what I've done?
Yeah.
That motivates me.
Yeah.
And luckily I haven't had a lot of like criticism of like, oh, hey, how come you're not doing this? Or, how come you didn't do this sooner? I'm like, dude, I've I've been telling myself that for like, 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's something like I wish I would have been in the gym sooner, but I can't go back in time
Sure.
and, go back to like high school and start lifting weights. I can't do that.
Yeah.
But I can do it now.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when we first had the first couple conversations about food, and you were telling me that you're doing Weight Watchers. And like, I also remember you telling me that you'd never had never had a vegetable other than a tomato? Or what was this is a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, Joe, like, vegetables, no bueno.
Yeah, no, I
I forget what it was. But
like, even like I've just always had that
lettuce. Was it
even as a
lettuce?
kid.
What was
Yeah.
the only like? There was only like one vegetable that you had ever had up
sweet
until like
potatoes,
3 years ago.
carrots, like that kind of stuff. More of
Yeah.
start like corn, sweet potatoes, vegetables.
Yeah, those aren't
yeah.
vegetables. Those are root. I guess. Yeah, the starches. But yeah, I was like, what about this? What about that? You're like, Joe, I've never touched anything green.
And that's something that because I worked out a lot as a kid because like I used to go through like the produce section of the supermarket and I would like have like a reaction. I would like vomit.
Yeah.
And so I worked through this as a kid, and so like this has been like my entire life.
Yeah.
Dealing with this.
Yeah. Well,
And so it's kind of something that's not like
yeah.
I just don't. It's not that I just don't like it. It's more of like
Yeah.
I'm battling stuff I've been battling since I was like 5 or 6.
It's tough to like right the ship. I mean, you've done it and you've been part of a certain thing for so long where it's like, all right, even small gradual things feel like they're big milestones, and everybody else will be like, I don't understand what the big deal is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand like why you can't not eat this, or like why you like binge eat. And like, I mean, even me, like when I was in my 20s, and I mean, like a normal meal was spending not $10. Like $7 at Wendy's, and it was 2 double cheeseburgers, 2 5-piece chicken nuggets, a Biggie fry, and a Diet Coke. And why the Diet? Like, I don't know why I didn't like just add the extra calories on there. But like, I mean, that was like, and I was like, oh, Diet Coke, I'm healthy. Like, I was this is a healthy-ish meal. I have my protein. I'm not drinking sugar. Like, come on, like what's? And then like people would be like, well, like that, no, like you know what I mean, and like there are like, I mean. There's still today. I mean, like my wife will tell me, like, I mean, like we'll get pints of ice cream, and her pint of ice cream will last like 2 weeks in the freezer. Mine will last that day, and it's like either finish it and like either I can't have 5 bad days of eating ice cream.
Yeah.
I need to get it all out of the way, and I need to throw it away, or I need to just eat it all and like feel bad about myself in the moment. And then it's like, but I'll get back on it tomorrow, and like. I remember so many times, like, I mean, along the way in my 20s when, I mean, like, the way I was eating, the way that I felt about it, like, I mean, I've told the story a million times, but, like, being in the, like, last size at Structure back in the day.
Yeah.
And, like, them telling me that I had to go to the big and tall store, like, that they didn't have anything for me. And, like, that was my set point. That was the point that, like, made me realize that, like, I'm not doing normal things, that I'm, like, that I'm, something needs to change, and like that I need to be the director of it, and that I can't rely on it just to be like, oh, it's just like you're big boned or whatever your mom would tell you and stuff like that. And then here's Debbie snack cakes. You know what I mean? Like, but like that's how I grew up. It was like,
same. Like,
we had a pantry full of food. There was no like rules on when you were allowed to eat it. You could eat if you're hungry, and like when you're hungry and you ate a sleeve of Girl Scout cookies, nobody was there to like tell you that like, hey, like this isn't the like right way to go about it.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I grew up pretty similar. Where like if I had a bad day at school, my grandma picks me up. We're going to McDonald's after.
Yeah.
Or if I
to
like
make you feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if I like get an A on a test, I'm like stoked and excited about myself. Hey, let's go get food to like celebrate.
Yeah.
And so it's always been like the reward has always been like food based.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot to kind of like deprogram that and like kind of rewire your brain to be like, okay, food can be a reward, but like it's like that is not going to help you get healthy.
Yeah.
It's not going. So like trying to find like non-food rewards.
Yeah. What do you find now? Like, I mean, if you're like celebrating like a big loss, or like you're out for like a vacation or something like that, like if it's not food related, or even if it is food related, is there certain things that like have like been more minimalized or more like helped you stay more in that regard? Like,
big thing is like my wife and I will like go out to celebrate.
Yeah.
Not like the dinner sometimes, but we'll go out to like a comedy show or go out to like something that where food is not the main draw.
Yeah.
And luckily in Vegas there's a million opportunities for that, so that's kind of been really helpful. Like if I want to celebrate, we go to a show, we go to a concert, we kind of do something like that because there's all these opportunities here.
Spend money on an event, not necessarily at like a dinner or like a celebration in that regard.
So just doing stuff like that and trying to kind of, and I know it's tough. It's something I still struggle with too.
Yeah.
Of kind of decoupling food from like the reward system of what you're doing. Because there were times like early when I was in college, I would celebrate like, on Weight Watchers getting to 20 pounds. And then I'd celebrate by like, getting like, some unhealthy meal from like,
Yeah. Like the cheat meal that turns into like the cheat week that turns into like, I'll be back in 3 months. Yeah. And like, you're right back where you started type thing. And like, And
I didn't have that understanding. Like, something like when I told you I was doing Weight Watchers.
Yeah.
Because they do the point system. They don't really teach you kind of what you're eating.
Yeah.
It's more of like, okay, you've got like X amount of points to spend this week, and then you've got like extra points for celebrations.
Yeah.
So you're like starving yourself because, okay, I know that it's my birthday on Saturday. I know that I'm going to the game on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I want to have like a beer and a hot dog. Or I want to have like, cake.
Yeah.
And it kind of like it messes with with your relationship to food.
Yeah.
Because you like kind of start yourself that week.
Yeah.
So you can just go all out for one day. And that's just not how the body works.
Yeah. I remember those initial conversations more so with us is like really kind of prioritizing protein and like irregardless of like, okay, if we're not going to eat vegetables, like what else can we get in that's like healthy and nutritious and like sacrificing the other side for being able to like still stay on track even on the days that like, hey, I might like enjoy it and all right, what can I do earlier in the day that might like buffer it a little bit easier to not be so like detrimental to the next 4 days, and how like instead of like taking it way up, like can I just like celebrate in a way that I see success and that I see like a celebration meal or a celebration event and then be right back on track. I know that like I remember it was like you had started your Instagram, Justin, for a workout.
Yeah.
And like it was like super like every week you were losing like 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Like there was like it was like 6 months, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you're down what, 80 pounds now? 70 pounds now?
A little over 70 now, yeah.
70 now from like, over 300. So, I mean, again, like some people, like that starting point is way beyond where some people like ever fathom.
Yeah.
And like they see you now and they're like, oh, like it's got like great that you're getting started. And it's frustrating like at times because it's like, no, motherfucker, I'm like halfway through my journey. I've already lost 75 pounds. And they're like, oh, like you're going to get there. And like, hey, Justin, like just keep going. Like we'll see you tomorrow. And you're like, bro, I've been doing this for 6 years. Like this isn't new. And I remember like there got to be a point where like you started to like not miss weights, but you weren't like losing and or it would trickle up or you and like what was that like? What helped like keep that like not from falling off the rails and saying that it was like not for you?
This is like probably my like 100th time to like try and lose your weight. So this is like I've been going back and forth and doing this, but each time I'm like, okay, just because I failed before does not mean I'm going to fail this time.
Yeah,
like it doesn't like. Just because like even like last year I went up a little bit. Now I'm like, okay, I'm back on the trolley. I'm like I'm doing this again. Yeah. Because how I've kind of framed this is okay. I can have that. I can have like the junk food.
Yeah.
I can do this, but this is what's going to happen. Like I've already been down that path. I know what happens when I eat this way.
Yeah.
But now I know what happens when I eat better and I treat myself better.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like just pausing for a moment before I like place that order, or like before I eat the way I used to. Just taking like 5 seconds to think, okay, how badly do I want this?
Yeah.
Do I want this bad enough to kind of derail my progress? Do I want like why do I want this? So do I want something sweet? Do I want something savory?
Yeah.
So I kind of like, just taking that like 5 second like pause and going, okay, what do I really want?
Yeah.
Like if it's something sweet, I've got like a protein bar or a protein shake.
Yeah.
If it's something savory, I'll pop out like a Quest pizza or something. Like I've got like things that I can go to.
Yeah.
For when I have like those kinds of cravings.
Yeah.
And I know I'm gonna feel a lot better at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I keep anchoring that thought because every Tuesday morning now I'm at the office at Tread weighing in. And that's like whenever I have that craving of like, okay, like Thursday, Friday nights.
Yeah.
How is this gonna feel Tuesday morning when I'm up? How is it gonna feel when I don't see the scale progress like I want to on Tuesday morning? Yeah. And so just taking that kind of like little pause before I take that action kind of gives me the right nudge to get back on the right path.
Yeah. And when it doesn't, when you've had a great week, you think, and you get on that scale and it didn't move or it moved in the opposite, like what are you saying to yourself to like keep you motivated?
Just keep going.
Yeah.
It's something that like again, I've been doing this like long enough that like I know that like how someone loses weight is not just a straight line.
Yeah.
It's never been that for me, for
Yeah.
anyone. It's, you're going like this.
Yeah.
But so long as the trend line is going down,
Yeah.
that's what I'm focusing on.
Yeah.
I know that like every now and then, there's going to be a week where I'm up a little bit.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to be or it's going to be flat. But I love looking at the in-body because maybe that week, hey, there's a muscle mass gain.
Yeah.
Or, but there's other positive, information I can take from that.
Yeah. And I mean, you've had some other setbacks, some injuries, some other things like that. And I mean, there's enough things that like you as a person and like athletes have gone through that like could easily derail somebody and make them very much so go back. But like, I feel like the other thing that's really kind of held you like accountable is like you finding yourself on the committed club, that like having that like available, again, as silly as it sounds to some, that like, oh, I need to like see that I'm getting rewarded or that I'm on a list of other people, like getting 15 classes or getting 20 classes, that like I'm part of a group of people that are a fitness tribe, that we're not celebrating by all going out for beers, but that we're celebrating in like this way, and then like that we're telling stories and stuff like that, and then being able to like celebrate those people differently.
I was like, when you kind of gamify it, you're kind of like giving me another extra challenge, but you're making it tangible. Yeah, it's not just, hey, you went to the gym 15 times this month, good job. Yeah, it's like you can see it on the Instagram, or when you do the holiday hustle. Yeah. And this is something I love to do, is I physically put a sticker on that card. Yeah. And that,
I know, every year I keep wanting to buy just a stack of stickers to let people do it instead of the markers that I have right
like
there.
The more you can make it, the more you can make it tangible, the more you can like having something you can like actually touch and feel. Yeah. Yeah. Like that kind of anchors it a little more, because you're taking the action of actually physically applying that sticker to that card. Yeah. And it's motivating. Like, cause like I want to finish that card. And like every month, like I think there's like I've been on the committed club for almost 2 years, I think. Yeah. I think I either got sick or I was like away at a conference and I couldn't get like that 15.
Yeah. Oh, I remember you were asking me multiple different ways. You're like, "What? Can I do something else to count?" I'm like,
"Oh no, it was." I think it was a couple of years ago.
Like leave a review. I'm like, leave.
A couple of years ago, like I got COVID like toward the end of the month, and I was bummed because like I was going to go visit family for Christmas, but I was really bummed because I was only a few steps away, like a few stickers away from like the holiday hustle, and I left the reviews. I'd already like done every other thing, and I'm like, I don't want to go to the gym and get someone else sick. So I'm like, but after that, I kind of locked in, and like I made it my goal. Okay, 15 times a month, and it's attainable. It's not. I'm not saying I'm not here every day. You're not going 30 times a month. It's something that like 15 times a month, I think, is doable. It's a reachable goal.
Yeah, awesome. When like. Do you remember the first time like being celebrated in group fitness, or like a time that was like super important or super fitness related to you, that you were inside of a gym in a social setting for like and that like you felt that like you like, even though I'm not the fittest person, even though I'm not going to win a competition or win this workout, but like when like what was the situation, and like how did that like help keep it more motivating?
I think it was the first time I hit a PR at CrossFit Pride. Yeah. Because like I'd never like thought about workouts in terms of like PR. I thought it was, you spin, you follow the instructor. Yeah. You kind of, you do Zumba, you follow or like you do the kickboxing workout. Yeah. But it's just kind of been like, oh, hey, here's what you do. Yeah. It's never really been like hey, you're aiming for a PR. Yeah. And so the first time, and they made a big deal. I mean, the first time I got to write my name on that whiteboard, oh man, that was like, that motivated me. Yeah. Like, and I walked in and I wanted like, one of my goals was like, I cannot wait till my name is on that board. Yeah. Yeah. And when that happened, I know some gyms have like a bell they ring or but like they make a big deal of it. And that's why I love that board, because you can see it. You can see like, hey, this is, And I see it at like a lot of the gyms I go to. They have like that
Yeah.
board up there, and I love it.
Yeah, we have ours differently. I mean, I was part of a gym prior that was like super into like it was very it was very top athlete heavy.
Yeah.
And they like had all the top lifts, the top times and workouts and stuff like that. And I was like, like how do I put something in here that like everybody can see themselves get to? And I mean, with like the committed clubs on the wall, like are you at 1,000 classes yet? Or you're close?
Not to 1,000. I think I know I've got the other 3.
Yeah.
But I think because I keep
the 250, the 500,
Yeah.
and I mean, you're probably what 750.
I'll have to check. I'm
close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I go to Tread Henderson and then Tread Vegas.
Sure. So
I keep
you're on those
splitting my
committed
time.
clubs too.
Yeah.
He's spreading his signature all across the gyms and everything like that.
Yeah, and you opening the gym in Henderson helped because like I don't live super close to it, but I live.
Yeah.
It's like half the distance from like my house to here. So
yeah. So I mean, obviously you've been committed for a long time, and you've had some setbacks and some different things. But like, what are the habits that are the hardest to let go emotionally? Like being somebody that like again isn't the fittest, doesn't always have great like results in terms of like food choices. Like, what's the hardest?
I'm still trying to. Still trying to get the food under control of like eating what I should and shouldn't. Like, but God, I would say like at this point it's like coming to the gym is like such a habit now. Where like if I'm sick or if I'm like away, like that's the first thing I want to get back to. I love it, and then it's but the biggest doubt is that like. When the weight doesn't go down the way that I want it to, I have to like stop and go, okay, first off, I'm on the scale. I didn't hide from the scale this week.
Yeah.
That's a win. I'm here working out. That's a win. And I look at like, when I get down on myself in terms of like, if my weight loss is not progressing as fast as I want it to, I look back at like the early posts.
Yeah.
And then I say, oh my God.
Yeah.
Or I look at like my driver's license from when I first moved here.
Oh, your face.
And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And like it helps me take like that long-term view.
Yeah.
Like, okay, week to week there's gonna be struggles.
Yeah.
Like this is not like I'm not a perfect person and this is not going to go perfectly. But there are days where like I just don't have the energy or I'm like sore or tired and I'm just like I don't want to be here. But I drag myself here every day.
Yeah.
And I'm not because I know like I love how I feel after a workout.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of carries me throughout the day.
Yeah.
And so like days when I'm like tired, I just don't want to get up. I'm like, okay, let me see, maybe. And like, no, let me just drag myself out of bed and do this. And just kind of setting that expectation of like, okay, I aim for at least 4 times a week.
Yeah.
And if I miss the Thursday, I'm coming Saturday. So like that's not negotiable to me. Like 4 is like the baseline. I'm trying to go for 5 sometimes, but just kind of setting that as the expectation that this is what I do.
Yeah.
It's not like I go to the gym as like a separate thing. No, this is like part of my life.
Yeah.
It's just like I brush my teeth every day. I shower every day.
Reframing who you are as a person. Like I am the person who does this. I am not the person that doesn't do this.
Yeah.
And like resetting that standard. I know and again, I'm not going to say it like was because, but like, I mean, removing myself out of Columbus, Ohio and moving across the country and putting myself in situations with like triggers and all the different things that weren't the same. Like I do give some of that credit for being able to hold some of the stuff that like I have, but like again, I mean, there's setbacks. I mean, there's things along the journey and stuff like that. But like, I mean, so you've been doing it for 6 years. Like what, like, do you have short-term, long-term goals currently? Or like, what's the, like we're so close, not close.
Yeah.
But like, is 100 the goal? Like, I mean, like, is there something like short-term, long-term? Like
100 is definitely like the first kind of big goal. Cause like, that's the thing that like, even like the weight I've lost now, like I could like, it's hard to, cause this is the most weight I've lost. Like, I mean, like since I've been here, cause like even on Weight Watchers before I came here, I'd lose maybe 20 to 40. But when I started getting down to like the first big goal was like when I got under 300, I'm like, whoa, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And then I kind of kept going down and down and down and down. I'm like, whoa, this is really, like, the results kind of became addicting.
Yeah.
And that's kind of more what I chased. And I just, I knew that like I owed it to myself. And like the biggest the biggest motivation I had to like reframe this, from when I was in my 20s, like I wanted to lose weight to like look better.
Yeah.
But now I want to lose weight because I don't, I'm thinking like 20, 30 years from now,
Yeah.
I don't want to be in and out of the hospital.
Yeah.
I want to be out there living life.
Yeah.
Like I want to live a long life with my wife. And like that,
Yeah.
like that is what motivates me. That's what
Yeah.
kind of keeps me day in, day out. But yeah, I'd say a long-term goal. I used to say I want to be under 200, but like I don't want to be skinny. I want to be buff. So I don't know what that number looks like.
Yeah.
It's gonna be something that, and like people like ask like, oh, like what's your goal weight, or kind of when do you know you're gonna be there?
Yeah.
And if you 5 years ago, I'd say 200.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of like, let me get down to like 220.
Yeah.
And see how I look.
I mean, I took the opposite extreme. I went all the way down to like 179, and I was like super rail skinny. Now I'm like 210. Like I would never tell people I want to be under 200 pounds. I'm like, I just want to like feel confident about myself, feel strong, and like look a certain way. But like, there's not a number. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a feeling, I guess you could say to me.
For the longest time, because for the longest time, like that first number was 3.
Yeah.
Now it's 2.
Yeah.
And and Weight Watchers and like a lot of other people who are kind of in like losing weight, there's the whole concept of Wonderland. Like the number 1 Wonderland.
Yeah.
Of having like that first number of your weight be a 1.
Yeah.
And I
never heard that's first.
I cannot recall the last time I had like been like when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like where I was, under 200 pounds.
Yeah.
So to me, like saying like I want to be that's like saying I can't like picture it even.
Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, let me get to 100-pound weight loss. So that'll be when I get down to 231.
Yeah.
And
you're at what now?
I'm sorry?
Where are you at now? You just weighed in today? Today's a Tuesday?
260 even right now.
Okay.
So
yeah, so we're 30.
Yeah.
30 roughly.
I'm planning to get a tattoo when I get to 100.
A tattoo?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I have never gotten a tattoo. I hate needles.
Yeah.
I've never gotten a tattoo in my life. And
yeah, I don't have a single tattoo nor want one.
No.
Yeah. You're like, it's easy. Yeah, it's easy. We'll go right from here to doing that. Yeah.
So it's weird. Like that's something that like I want like so that's like a long-term goal. And that's something that again, that's a non-food reward.
Yeah.
That's permanent on my body that like I can say that, I've lost 100 pounds. Yeah. And this is, this tattoo is like my reward for all this work I put in. And like not just in the gym, but like eating better, respect myself, and just loving myself.
Yeah. What scares you more, failing or succeeding?
How do you mean succeeding?
Meaning like hitting your goal or not getting to your goal. Like, does it scare you that like if you hit the goal that like you might like resort back and that you don't have a future goal? Or does it like that you won't get to the goal? I'd
say no, because I would say failing, because I'm not scared of succeeding, because like, again, I've been working out for so long. I'm not gonna get to like 230 and all right, peace, I'm out. Yeah. I'm going to Raising Cane. See you later.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to be like a turnaround like that.
Yeah. Going on a cruise, all you can eat. See you 21 days. Justin, what happened? Yeah, I got a new cruise, a new goal.
And I think like being around people who have like just who are here every day and who aren't like just, they're not here to lose a quick 20 pounds. They're here to like improve their life, or like improve, the way that they move and the way that they live. Being around those kinds of people makes it, it's not, I'm not here for a short time. I'm not here to like lose 100 pounds and dip out. Yeah. So failing scares the hell out of me, but it's something that like I know when I succeed, it's okay. Like what's next?
Yeah. And I feel like some of those like micro failures, I would call them, like in rebounding and showing that like, hey, like I'm still here, I'm still working out, like I'm still able to move forward. I think make it easier that like a big success or a big fail like isn't gonna like hurt as much and or feel as like big swing or big shift in like mentality or anything like that. I mean, I feel like getting to know you over the last 6 years that like, I mean, you are a person that is like you are a healthy person, not a person that like does it because I have to. Yeah. That like I see it genuinely like when you're working out, afterwards, before it, when you walk in the gym, even on the days that like you have a setback with injury or the scale doesn't go as it is, like that you're excited to be there and that like it just makes your day, as opposed to like I don't fight you to come into the gym. That like almost more so the opposite, like to fight you to keep you out of the gym on certain things. Not like that, but like, you know what I mean? In like sickness or like something like that. You're like, I'm excited to be back, not like Justin, let me
Yeah.
fucking like, please let me see you on Monday. Instead, it's like more so like, no, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. And like, oh, I'm going out of town. It's like, I know he's going to do the right things.
Yeah.
And again, it doesn't need to like, I can still celebrate stuff. I can still have small, like micro dosed losses and still continue to know that like things are going to move in the right direction.
Yeah. And that's something that early on in my weight loss journey, I would get frustrated because I'd be like, okay, I want to lose 50 pounds by my birthday, or I want to lose this much by this date.
Yeah.
And you know what happens when it didn't happen?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I failed. All right. Sorry. I'm all right.
I'm a loser. I'm a failure. Like I'll never be able to do it. No, I remember all those.
And so that's why I stopped tying it to like a specific like date goal.
Yeah.
Like, and that's why I like having like the community club, because it's the goal is more to stay in the gym. The goal is more to keep coming.
Yeah.
Just set that consistent standard and build that habit.
Stay in the game.
It's not so much, okay, I need to lose X amount of pounds by X date. You know, like even like before, like, you know, my wedding or like before a certain date. Because whenever I would do that, I would just get in my mind and I would psych myself out. And then when it doesn't happen, then I'm like, wow, I wasted all that time. And now I'm like, okay, even if I didn't hit that goal, I'm still down this much weight.
Yeah.
I'm still putting in all this effort, all this work. I didn't waste a single minute of it.
Yeah. So in closing, somebody who would be maybe not started or has had some setbacks or some, like they've tried things that hasn't worked. They've gone to the gym, it hasn't worked. They've tried Weight Watchers. They've tried Zumba. They've tried Atkins diet. What would you tell someone who hates their reflection right now?
Find something that works and find a reason that's not appearance based. Like for me, because like my grandpa died early of a heart attack, or, you know, he died early of a heart attack. And, you know, we've had family who are older who I see the way they live. And I'm not like criticizing that, but like, I don't want to have to be going to the hospital all the time.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to be taking a million medications when I'm like 60 or 70.
Yeah.
And really, like, the corniest reason I have for losing weight is that, like, I want to live longer. I want to, like, I love my wife, and we have like so many plans of what we want to do.
Yeah.
And it's not being in a nursing home at 70.
Yeah.
You know, it's going out there and traveling. It's going out there and doing stuff. So, as I've been there, and there's still times on this journey where it's like I look at the mirror, I'm like, God, I don't like what I see.
Yeah.
It still happens every now and then.
Yeah.
But then I have to like kind of think, okay, why am I doing this? Am I doing this because I want to lose weight? Am I doing this because I want to see that number go down?
Yeah.
Or am I doing this because, you know, I want to live a longer life?
Yeah.
Like one of the biggest weight loss goals I had nothing to do with the scale. It was the first time because I love to travel. First time I flew on an airplane, and I didn't have to ask for a seatbelt extender.
Yeah. I remember you videoing
did that. I'm like, oh my God. Because like that was like the most embarrassing thing, because I had like time it out right. I had like, because like I don't want to, because it's embarrassing. Like traveling, because I love traveling, but I always hated, I know that you don't want to sit next to me.
Apologizing.
Like,
the apologies, the the apology of the person next to you, because you knew like you were like more space than what they were. I was on a flight, I think it was back here for like, and I was sitting next to like a teenage girl who like was on her phone. I could tell her, I could see her like take her phone out, take a picture, like kind of like the, you know, like the space between our seats. Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, I felt dehumanized.
Yeah.
I felt, because I knew that she's like, oh, I'm sitting next to this fat guy who's spilling over into my seat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I'm doing the best I can. I am like, like this. I'm doing the best I can.
Yeah.
And so that was a big motivating factor of like, okay, I don't want travel to be, I don't want to have that anxiety when I'm traveling.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have like, you know, discreetly ask like the flight attendant, like, hey, can I get the extender?
Yeah.
Because I don't, and there's a lot of shame involved with that.
Yeah.
And so the first time I was able to like just click, I'm like, oh,
yeah,
that's when it really stuck to me. Or like even like these pants I'm wearing are the first I did not go to like Burlington or like a big and tall store to buy.
Yeah.
Like the first time I walked into like, I think it was Target.
Yeah.
Tried on pants. I'm like, they fit.
Yeah.
So finding ways that are not, that aren't related to that number, or that aren't related to like your physical appearance.
Yeah.
And it could be like, yeah, like, you know, if you're older, like I want to be there when my kids grow up. I want to like play with my kids growing up. I want to like do all like find a reason that's not your physical appearance.
Yeah.
And that's really what sticks with
Mine
me.
was new clothes. Every time like I would find like a new like that I would be down like an area or down a size or down a feel, like I'd go out and instead of spend that money on like dinners and food and stuff like that, like my celebratory thing was like going to the store and like buying new stuff. Like buying new clothes that like fit right, that I was confident in.
I love that feeling, man. Like it's and that's like an investment in yourself, because it's like, okay, it's another reward that's not food related.
Yeah.
It's a way to celebrate your journey and what you've done.
So in closing, like who did you have to become to stay who you are?
I had to become someone who values who I am. Like someone who knows that like, and this is something like I didn't really have that. I didn't have this vision in my 20s, because who does?
Sure.
But I had to kind of think about, okay, why am I losing weight? Because I've been told my entire life, like since I was a little kid, you need to lose weight.
Yeah.
Every time I go to the doctor for whatever ailment, whether it's an injury, whether it's I'm just not feeling well.
Yeah.
Every single time, oh, you need to lose weight. You know, like it's just been a constant drumbeat, and it felt a little dehumanizing after a while.
Yeah.
And so I had to kind of find a way to kind of value myself a little more and realize, okay, why I'm doing this is because I want to live a longer life.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, I want to have that agency when I'm older. Like I don't want to have mobility issues.
Yeah.
I don't want to be getting around in a scooter when I'm like 50.
Yeah.
So, because I love that freedom. I love having like that mobility.
Yeah.
And
Awesome.
I want my last years to be amazing. So
awesome.
I'm not thinking about that yet, but like I'm sorry, like,
no,
like
I'm
later,
glad we
like
can,
I'm taking like the long term view, and that's what really helps me.
I'm glad we can be there to see it all the way through.
Of course, I'm happy.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much for sitting down.
Thank you. That was cool.